I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, you have the floor.
Muchas gracias, Señor Presidente. Madam Chair, let me warmly wish you and the members of the Bureau on your election. Please be assured of Sri Lanka's fullest cooperation and support in your work to steer this committee to a successful conclusion. At the outset, my delegation associates itself with the statement delivered by the distinguished representative of the Islamic Republic of Iran on behalf of the Nalanda movement. The full text of my statement will be online, and I will read a shorter version. Madam Chair, as a country that has suffered under the yoke of terrorism for nearly 3 decades, we unequivocally condemn in the strongest possible terms terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. Terrorism and violent extremism are a global menace that corrodes the very fabric of our societies. It destabilizes countries and entire regions, and thereby endangers international peace and security. Madam Chair, there has been and continues to be a symbiotic relationship between organized crime and terrorism. International networks with linkages to organized crime provide a strong support structure for terrorist groups and directly related to financing of terrorism. These networks enable terrorists to propagate their ideologies, raise funds, and acquire arms. It is therefore essential that member states share intelligence, databases, and expertise to counter this issue. It is also essential to enhance international cooperation to facilitate extradition and mutual legal assistance. During our 30-year struggle against terrorism, Sri Lanka was in the forefront to emphasize the need for recognition of the dangers of financing of terrorism. The terrorist organization, the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, or LTTE, that existed in Sri Lanka prior to its military defeat in 2009, had many international networks and linkages to organized crime that served as a critical, lucrative lifeline for their ability to engage in suicide attacks against civilians, indiscriminate bombing of civilian spaces, and wage war against the state. Notwithstanding their military defeat in Sri Lanka, the well-established networks abroad continue to persist. Madam Chair, the brutal Easter Sunday terrorist attacks last April in Sri Lanka resulted in a tragic loss of over 250 civilian lives, including foreign visitors from 14 different countries engaged in religious and leisure activities. We would like to extend our deep appreciation to the international community for the unhesitant support and solidarity extended to Sri Lanka following the attacks that supported our resolve to once again rebuild society and eliminate the new threat of terrorism and violent extremism. Following the attacks, action was taken to proscribe the 3 main organizations that had directly linked to these attacks, as well as individuals who had funded the actions. Sri Lanka also initiated the process of promulgating local legislation to give effect to relevant UN Security Council resolution on countering violent extremism and foreign terrorist fighters. Madam Chair, the threat of terrorism and violent extremism leading to terrorism is not limited to one country or a region, but crosses national borders. Today, the front line against terrorism is increasingly the realm of cyberspace, where terrorist groups are exploiting social media tools and the internet to begin to spread their propaganda, recruit new followers, and coordinate attacks. Governments cannot do this alone. There is a crucial need to work together with civil society, our community, and religious leaders to ensure that early warning signs of radicalization are recognized that can make them easy prey for terrorist groups. It is also vitally important that the media helps disseminate the values to foster a culture of peace and a forum for dialogue and understanding, and we prevent the abuse of social media that promote a culture of racism, hate, and intolerance. There is also a vital need to strengthen the capacity of our counterterrorism structures in institutions. We must complement our CT efforts in the security realm with concerted efforts to identify and address the root causes. The UN Global Counterterrorism Strategy and related resolutions provide a comprehensive framework that can be built on to guide member states. We take this opportunity to thank the Office of Counterterrorism for its work. Madam Chair, we recognize that the building blocks for a normative framework in enhancing international cooperation are contained in the efforts undertaken by the Ad hoc Committee on Measures to Eliminate International Terrorism and the Working Group of the Sixth Committee that has been chaired by Sri Lanka for the past 2 decades. Despite broad consensus for the draft convention, a positive conclusion to negotiations continues to elude us. Sri Lanka stresses the importance of finalizing these new negotiations as a vital step in our collective effort to combat terrorism. As we mark the milestone of the 75th session of the General Assembly, this is an opportune time for us to focus and show the necessary political will to bring these negotiations to a successful conclusion. To this end, Sri Lanka urges member states to work with renewed vigor and commitment to seek to bridge differences. We look forward to a more constructive dialogue with all countries, and we will continue to advocate tireless action against terrorism. I thank you, Madam Chair. Muchas gracias.
I thank the distinguished representative of Sri Lanka for his statement.